I'm Radhika with the Williamson County Master Gardeners. Today, I'll be taking you on a tour of our herb demonstration garden at 3151 Southeast Inner Loop in Georgetown, Texas. We have a dozen themed herb beds for you to explore. Come and see our collection of plants. We have basil, sage, thyme, oregano, and lavender. We also have citrus-scented herbs, tea herbs, medicinal herbs, pollinator-attracting herbs, and so much more. There's nothing like fresh basil in the summer, so let's check out a few basil plants first. This is Isle of Naxos basil. It's a basil from Greece. Isle of Naxos is a lettuce-leafed strain of basil, which means it has large, broad leaves. It will grow to be 2 feet tall and will last until the first frost. This basil is perfect for pesto. I can also picture it layered between slices of juicy tomatoes and mozzarella cheese. This is Isle of Naxos basil. Here we have Pesto Perpetuo basil. This is our first time planting this variety. Pesto Perpetuo is a variegated basil. It has light green leaves with creamy off-white margins. It's a non-flowering variety, which makes it a low-maintenance basil. This is Pesto Perpetuo basil. This is lemon basil. As the name suggests, we love it for its lemon-scented leaves. Try lemon basil in vinaigrette or in cookie dough. To promote lush growth and big, bushy plants, pinch off or cut back the tops of your basil plants frequently, like I'm doing here. This is lemon basil. Let me introduce you to spicy bush basil. It's a small-leafed basil with a mounding globe-shaped form. It's a great border plant and a good option for container growing. This is spicy bush basil. This is a Master Gardener favorite. It is African blue basil. We plant it because it blooms readily and is a bee magnet. Plant it near your squash to ensure good pollination. This is African blue basil. Another great plant for bringing in bees is comfrey. Look at its bell-shaped pink and purple flowers. Our comfrey is in full sun, but comfrey also grows in partial shade. Comfrey grows to be about 3 feet tall and it spreads over time. Comfrey is also known as knitbone. It's a medicinal herb used to make poultices to treat broken bones and sprains. Comfrey leaves are a great way to jump-start your compost pile. Comfrey is a multi-purpose plant. Would you like some comfrey plants for your garden? Let me show you how to dig up a clump to transplant. This is Echinacea, also known as purple coneflower. Echinacea is known for its immune-supporting properties, and so we have planted it with our medicinal herbs. Echinacea grows in full sun or part sun. Our Echinacea is 3 feet tall. I love the vibrantly colored flowers and the look of the spiky hedgehog-like seed heads. Watch out, those, because these seed heads will poke you. Echinacea is great for our area because it's drought tolerant and easy to maintain. The flowers are also great for cut flower arrangements. Echinacea seeds out quite readily. Look at all the Echinacea seedlings in our pathway. Dig these up and give them to friends. Echinacea is a nectar plant for the painted lady butterfly. Here I am harvesting garlic from our medicinal bed. Garlic is touted for its antimicrobial, antifungal, and antibacterial properties. It's a staple in my kitchen, and it's so easy to grow. I started this head by planting 1 grocery store garlic clove in October. The garlic survived our winter storm without any protection or covering. To keep this garlic for long-term storage, you will have to cure the garlic for several weeks in cool, dry, well-ventilated conditions. I hope you save some space for garlic in your fall and winter garden. This is aloe vera. We have it planted in our medicinal bed. The gel inside the leaves is used to soothe skin conditions, like sunburn, and it's also good on bug bites. Aloe vera is a low-maintenance plant. It doesn't need to be watered frequently, and it can handle sun or shade. It's not cold hardy, so put it in a pot and bring it indoors for the winter. Aloe vera plants send out babies called pups quite readily. Dig these up and offer them to your friends. Let me show you the gel inside an aloe vera leaf. This is aloe vera. If you're interested in growing herbs for tea, try growing chamomile. Chamomile has feathery leaves and small daisy-like flowers. Chamomile has a wonderful apple-like fragrance. Chamomile tea helps with sleep and digestion. You can make chamomile tea from freshly harvested flowers, or you can make it from dried flowers. Let me show you how to dry chamomile. Start by harvesting a handful of stems. Remove the bottom leaves from the stems. Now gather the stems into a bundle and secure them with a rubber band. The rubber band keeps the bundle together as the stems dry. You're going to dry this bundle in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. To protect the chamomile from dust, create a dust cover using a paper bag. Cut or punch holes in the bag for air circulation. Now this bundle is ready to hang dry. Here's the bundle that I have dried at home for a few weeks. I can now cut off the flowers and place them in a jar and store them in my pantry and enjoy chamomile tea all year long. This is chamomile. Another spectacular herb for tea is lemon verbena. Lemon verbena has a sweet, lemony fragrance. To make tea, simply steep leaves in hot water. The tea can be chilled for a refreshing lemon verbena iced tea. Lemon verbena is a fast-growing shrub. This plant died all the way back to the ground this winter, but it is already 3 feet tall and wide. It grows well in full sun. Lemon verbena is a versatile plant. Use it in savory applications and make a pesto. Pair it with vegetables like potatoes, beans, and squash. This is pineapple sage. Pineapple sage is an annual in Central Texas. Its leaves and flowers have a sweet aroma and taste. The flowers also bring in hummingbirds. This hummingbird is enjoying pineapple sage. This is gray Santolina. It's a great border plant in the landscape. Santolina is drought tolerant. It comes in this gray color and also in a vibrant green color. The leaves are unique because they look like coral. In the spring, Santolina has yellow button-shaped flowers. Santolina is said to deter moths. Sachets of dried Santolina can be stored in clothing drawers for this purpose. Try growing gray Santolina. This is Mexican mint marigold. It has a sweet anise-like scent. Mexican mint marigold tastes and smells just like tarragon. It's very easy to grow. It thrives in our garden in full sun. This plant died back to the ground this winter and is probably over 2 feet tall and wide now. It will get small, yellow buttercup-like flowers in the fall. Use Mexican mint marigold just as you would tarragon. The leaves are tough, so chop them finely. Mexican mint marigold goes well with corn, asparagus, chicken, seafood, and eggs. Steep some Mexican mint marigold leaves in sherry vinegar and then make tarragon vinaigrette for salad. Enjoy Mexican mint marigold. This is borage. It has brilliant blue star-shaped flowers that draw in the bees. The flowers and leaves are edible and taste faintly of cucumbers. I like to use the flowers to make ice cubes. The flowers are also a fun garnish on any plate. Borage is said to be a good companion plant to strawberries and squash. It's a good companion for tomatoes because it can evidently repel tomato hornworms. Handle borage with care as its leaves and stalks are prickly. Borage seeds out readily, but the seedlings are easy to identify and pull up. Plant borage in your vegetable and herb gardens. These are onion chives. Onion chives have thin, tube-shaped blades. Chives are excellent with sour cream, eggs, and potatoes. This is a fun time of year to be growing onion chives. Look at these purple chive blossoms. They are edible. Tear them into small pieces and mix into salads or guacamole. Steep the chive blossoms in white wine vinegar for a few weeks, and you will have a gorgeous pink-tinted, fragrant vinegar to use all season long. If you have any dried chive blossoms on your plants, you can collect and save the seeds from them. Here we have onion chive seeds. These are garlic chives. They have flat, wide blades. Garlic chives will grow just about anywhere. They can handle full sun or part sun. Cut your plants back or divide them regularly to keep them in check. You can cut garlic chives to the ground and they will rebound in a matter of weeks. The easiest way to use them is to make garlic chive butter. Chop your chives into small pieces and combine with softened butter and a touch of sea salt. This butter tastes exquisite on bread. Garlic chives are also great with eggs and in stir-fry dishes. I invite you to grow garlic chives. This is sage. Sage demands full sun as it's prone to powdery mildew in shady conditions. Sage also needs sharp drainage since its roots hate wet feet. To improve drainage in your garden, try amending your soil with compost and expanded shale. You can also plant sage on a berm or in a container. Sage is commonly used in Thanksgiving recipes, but you can certainly use it all year round. It goes really well with pork, poultry, and eggs. To use up a large bunch of sage, make pesto. Sage also pairs well with potatoes, which are in season right now. This is sage. This is our thyme bed. Thyme deserves a spot in every garden. It is fragrant and pairs well with so many foods. We have upright and creeping varieties of thyme in our garden. The upright are best for culinary use. The creeping varieties are great for fairy gardens and work nicely when planted between stepping stones. Have you planted lemon-scented thymes? In this one bed, we have 4 lemon-scented thymes. There's creeping lemon thyme, lemon variegated thyme, silver thyme, and lemon mist thyme. Thyme gets woody over the years, so harvest it often to spur new supple growth. Thyme doesn't like much water, so plant in a spot with good drainage. Try planting thyme. This is cilantro. Cilantro is a cool season herb for our area. Plant it by seed in the fall. Right now, our cilantro has bolted. It is flowering and setting seed. The flowers bring in beneficial insects. The green globes you see here are seeds, which are called coriander. You might be familiar with coriander if you have some in your spice cabinet. These unripe green coriander seeds can be harvested and eaten now. They add a pop of flavor to guacamole. Or keep the seeds on the stalks until they dry up and turn brown. Then save the seeds for fall planting or for use in cooking. Coriander seeds have a citrusy flavor. They are really good in curries. Add coriander to any recipe that calls for cumin. They make a good pairing. This is coriander. This is dill. Dill is another cool season herb for our area. Just like cilantro, dill can be planted by seed in the fall. Dill is not only great for culinary use, it's also a houseplant for swallowtail caterpillars. This dill has bolted and it's setting seed. These seeds aren't yet ready for harvest. Just wait a few weeks until they turn brown. Dill seeds can be saved for future planting. They can also be used to make tea for digestion. Dill seeds are also used in pickling and for bread baking. These are dill seeds. This wraps up our tour. Come and visit our garden to see all the plants. We're at 3151 Southeast Inner Loop in Georgetown, Texas. Come out on a Tuesday or Friday morning between 9 and 11 and hang out with the master gardeners. See you soon.